Hey everyone, and welcome to the Walkaway Campaign Moderator tutorial and onboarding video. This is Justin, and I'll be taking you through the ins and outs of moderating, some of the things that we do and do not do, and just the best ways that we've found to do this job effectively. So of course, Facebook moderation can be a big task. I don't want to sugarcoat that for you. This definitely doesn't mean that you need to be living at your computer waiting for posts to pop up. We only expect you to get on when you can. But if users are posing questions or we do have issues within the group, we do like to be available reasonably soon to resolve it. I'd say that the biggest tasks of group moderation include really keeping an eye on content to ensure that nothing is violating the group's rules and guidelines, that there are no major conflicts taking place within the group, deleting spam or any other unwanted content from the group, adding and removing members as needed, and this includes approving member requests, which we'll go over in a minute, and then of course reviewing any content that's been reported by members of the group. So to moderate the group, you'll always want to have at least 2 tabs up. It's really important that every time that we get on, we log on to Slack. So I have my Slack channel open here, and then I like to have at least 2 tabs up for the Walkaway campaign. If you just come to the Walkaway campaign Facebook group page, you'll see, of course, right down here we have a few kind of bullets of information for moderators. So we'll see posts that need approval, people wanting to join the group, and then of course member reported content. So to moderate the group here, we want to come to the group information panel and click on moderate group. So when you open this screen, you're always going to come to the admin activity panel. And this is important because this is where we'll do all of our notating to make sure that we have a clear indication of the reasons for all of the actions that we do take while moderating. So in admin activity, this is where you'll see all of the activity of our moderators. So when you say delete a post because it's a meme or a link to another website, you'll want to come in here. And let me see if I can find any that are mine. I may have to go delete one first, but let me show you an example of this. All right, so this is a good example of something that we would not accept or approve, rather, to the group. So I would go ahead and just delete this guy. Delete. And then I have another tab open at all times in admin activity. So here it says that I deleted this pending post. Then I would want to click add note. I'm going to say commentary, confirm. So then if there's any question about the reason that Deb's post was deleted, we can always come back to this section, search by putting in a member's name. So let's see. So here's her. So if we search for her, all right, it's going to bring up this one. So then, if we do have any issue, if a member is complaining, saying that, they had their post deleted, or their post was never approved and we want to know why, we can come in here, we can search by member to find out what happened with that post and who deleted it. So which moderator deleted that post. So I'm just going to reload that. So I like to always keep my second tab on this admin activity screen. So going back to the first tab, the second one down here is pending posts. So we'll click on pending posts. So it default opens to most recent. So in our Slack channel, and when we're talking about where in the queue we're working, we'll refer to most recent as the top. And so you can go here and do chronological. So these are the oldest pending posts, and this will be working from the bottom. So the oldest is the bottom, the newest is the top. So pending posts is where we're going to spend a lot of our time. Here you can see all of the posts that our members have submitted for approval, meaning that these have not been posted to the group yet until they're approved by an admin or a moderator. We only post walk away and walk with testimonials at this time. Except for a couple of rare exceptions. We have had posts by celebrities or friends of the campaign that we have allowed through, even though those aren't testimonials. Here we're going to be doing a lot of cleanup, meaning deleting posts that do not fall under either a walk away testimonial or a walk with testimonial. So you'll see as we do scroll through, there's going to be a lot of posts like this one, that are not testimonials. These are simply posts that people have submitted, and unfortunately these are not the types of posts that we are accepting to the main page right now. So I'm just going to kind of give you an example. So this is a meme. I'm just going to say delete right here. Come over to my other tab, reload. Come in here, add a note, meme, confirm. Easy as that. So a lot of times we'll have people working from the top and the bottom. Sometimes we'll be referring to posts, seeing if we can get some advice on a post that has been sitting in the pending posts here. So just as an example, let's say that I come to this one and I'm just not sure if this seems like a good one to approve. I would want to come here, actually copy Lynn Seahorn, 12 hours. I would come in to second voice in the Slack channel. Here I'd want to paste her name. And I like to write a little description. If I can type. All right, so then I'd want to send that to the second voice channel. And then hopefully someone else who's moderating at the same time will be able to jump in there and give me their opinion. That way, we're not just making these decisions ourselves. A lot of them are pretty cut and dry, and we know, if it's a good post or not. But every once in a while, we get a video that, just doesn't quite feel right, or we have a testimony that kind of sounds like a testimony but kind of sounds like a rant. So it's good to get other people's opinions on that kind of thing. All right, so I'm going to go back here to moderate group. All right, so the next section down is member requests. So I'm going to click here. One thing to keep in mind here is that we do require all potential members to answer questions before joining the group. So this can really help to weed out bots or people who probably should not be in the group. When we come to this section, I really like to do a little bit of filtering to get more info about who we're letting in. So often I'll come up here, questions, answered questions. All right, so we have 680 people who have answered our questions. One thing I really like to do is click on more filters. You can either say joined Facebook recently, or sometimes I like to come here and do Facebook join date. All right, so this person joined Facebook today. So did this person. This person was yesterday. And this was a few days ago. So, the thing that we have to be really careful about is if some of these people that are trying to join the group are bots or not. So this one looks a little bit suspect to me. This one has no picture. Let's go to this profile. I like to say open link in new tab. So I'm going to come to Gia's profile here. She has 9 friends. There is nothing on her profile at all. So this one could be a little bit suspect. Sometimes it's a hard call. Let's check out Wonderful Jen. All right. So it appears that this person does have some photos of themselves. Obviously, they just recently joined Facebook. Let's see if we can click on About. Really no information about her at all. Looks like there's nothing in here that's really catching my eye. You'll start to see on some of these profiles that there's just some kind of major red flags. So it's important that we, filter these as much as possible. Sometimes I filter by invited. So, oftentimes I find that if they were invited by a current member, they may or may not actually want to be part of the group at all. So sometimes I'll just filter by requested to join. So it looks like we have 547 pending membership requests that requested to join, answered the questions, and then we're able to also filter, of course, by their Facebook join date here. So I actually know this woman, Mary Hollingsworth, so I'll say approve on her. Looks like this person actually has a little description in here. Sounds like she's probably all right. Basically we just want to try to vet our members as well as possible. I always say it's good not to let in any more than about 400 people at a time unless there's really plenty of moderators online to combat any trouble that we may unintentionally let into the group. So if you have any more questions about any of this stuff, please feel free to ask any of the shift leaders in the Slack channel. It's really important that we, communicate with each other, and we definitely appreciate question asking quite a bit. So now we're going to go down to member reported. So oftentimes we have members report posts or even comments on posts. And it's really our job to come in here, take a look. It's often a good idea to check who's reporting it and who posted it. So I like to take a look at both of them. It's not totally clear why he's being reported. So it's good to just do a little bit of investigation here. See, what might be the problem. Often it's a comment that, didn't sit right with people. And often we'll delete these. So this one has actually been reported before. Often the concern is that there's some kind of membership number right here. I think we already addressed that. So in this case, I'm just going to say keep. Another thing is I really like to check with other people about actions that I'm taking, especially when it comes to reported posts. I think it's important to get another point of view, make sure that we're kind of all on the same page. And if someone else feels the same way you do, I think very often you're on the right track there. So one of the last things I really want to go over here is removing or blocking people from the group. Sometimes, despite our best efforts to be as selective as possible with group membership, there are still those who are going to cause problems. You should absolutely not hesitate to remove people from the group if they are violating our rules and guidelines, spanning the group, and that definitely includes self-promotion, or being at all abusive towards other members. We typically like to give people at least one warning, and unless it's obvious that they are some kind of troll. If they don't listen, if they are continually reported, we definitely need to remove those people. So to remove someone from the group, we're going to go to members. And this is the group info panel over here. So we're going to go to members. And let's see, let's find someone. So Tim, looks like we're going to be blocking you today. All right. So we can search for this person's name, whoever it is that's causing trouble. You want to come to the cog to the right of their name here and click on remove from group. Now this is really important, so definitely pay attention to this part. There are 4 check boxes in this pop-up that need to all 4 be checked before you click on confirm. This will make sure that all of their posts from the last 7 days, their comments from the last 7 days, and any pending members that they invited will be deleted, as well as blocking them, which will make it so that they cannot find the group in a search or see the group in any way from now on. All right, Tim, I guess we'll let you stay. So, one of the other things that I wanted to go over was our Slack channel. So, most of our conversation goes on in the Walkaway Mods group. So it looks like Cindy is just asking me if I'm in the queue right now. So you can do at Cindy. I am in the middle of doing the onboarding training video. Not in the queue. So like I said, communication on the Slack channel is really important. Over here you can see which members are online at the moment. We have a bunch that looks like they're not online. So most of the conversations, most of the communication will happen in this channel. We also have suspects. This is where we will add names of people who we want to be kind of keeping an eye on. So often people will pop up, if people get messages, like Beth got a message from Laura warning about, Mark O'Neill. And then often we'll kind of go into conversation, about what happened with that member, if anyone has, warned him, or if there was an action taken to block that person already. So if you do want to respond to something that's been posted in any of these channels, let's say I'm responding to Beth here. If you go here to start a thread, so this is how I'll be able to kind of keep our Slack channel clean. So that way we kind of have separate conversations going in these threads on the side here. Beth really likes to make sure that we keep these channels as clean as possible so that we can go back and find things if need be. Random is pretty self-explanatory. This is where we kind of post random things that are coming up that don't quite fit into any of these categories. General, all kinds of things come in here. Often we ask each other questions. And then second voice. This is the one that I mentioned before, where you're going to come in and essentially see if someone else can kind of give their eyes to the situation as well, and you can get a second opinion on things. Very important to do this whenever there's any question in your mind. So the final thing I wanted to cover is our secret Walkaway Mods and Admins group, which we call the Mod Squad. So this is where we have a lot of our moderator admin communications. So we'll have all kinds of different files in here. We have meetings once a week on this Zoom web conferencing. So the recordings will be in here, so you can always go watch that if you did miss the meeting. Different people will post things that they feel are important to take a look at. And then we will have shift reports in here. So we do have shift leaders. It will be clear who is the shift leader at the time due to the SL next to their name. So this is the person that's going to make all the final decisions when you're on moderating. So whoever that is, if there's any question about anything, if you're unsure, go to that person. That person should be able to address whatever is going on. And when you first sign on, it's really important to ask that person how you can jump in and help, what you can do to kind of jump in there and not step on anyone else's toes. So one of the things that's really important in both of the groups is going to be actually this files section here. So in the Walkaway Mods and Admins group in the Mod Squad, if you come in here to Files, this is going to be all of our important documents. So I'm going to have you, as soon as I do add you to this group, I'm going to have you come in here. I'm going to have you go through each of these documents. Actually, we can skip the VIP list and suspects. The rest of these are important. So you're going to come in here, clicking files will bring you to this page on the Mod Squad group. If you click on adding new members, you want to read through this whole document, and then, as many others have done, it's very important that you come in here once you've read it. Just acknowledge that you have reviewed this document, and that way, if any changes are made to that document as well, you'll get a notification because you've commented on the thread. All right, final thing is this employee non-disclosure agreement. So every moderator and admin has to fill out this non-disclosure agreement. Please come in here. I think the easiest way to do this is just to copy the entire thing. Oops, where am I? All right. Copy that, actually paste it into an email, and then you can just type your signature in. That's absolutely fine, along with the date here. Once you do that in an email, you're going to want to send that to this email address. So once we've got you reviewed on all of these, your non-disclosure agreement is emailed off, and you've watched this video, then we'll be able to get you added to the Slack channel and then get you added as a moderator on the Walkaway campaign page. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this recording, and please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. We're all very available to answer questions for you. Shift leaders should be there to answer questions, and we're really excited to have you on board. I just wanted to go over Slack with you really quickly. So you're going to want to bookmark essentially just walkaway.slack.com. And that's where you'll come to get into our Slack channel. So when you open it up, it's going to look like this. You're going to have the Walkaway hashtag up here. If you click on that, it'll bring you to this menu. So one good thing to know here is you can go to profile and account. You can edit profile. You can change your photo. You can change the display name that you have, what you do, volunteering with us. So, often if I'm going to be shift leader, I'll just come in here, do a little SL, and then say save changes. So I'm not shift lead right now, so I'm not going to do that. But save changes. And then you can just close out of that guy. So this is where you'll see all of the members in this particular room. And I wanted to just explain really quickly. On the left-hand side here, you'll see the different channels, not room, channels. So we'll have second voice, general, random, suspects, and walkaway mods. So when you do get on and you're ready to work, I always come into the Walkaway Mods channel, come down here, check on this side in the members. So you'll have a little green light next to everyone that's online at the moment. So I can see that Diana is the shift leader at the moment. So I would want to just come down here, do @ symbol, couple letters, Diana, then you can just click on her name. That'll pop up right there. Hey, I am on and ready to work. What would you like me to do? Something along those lines. And then press enter to send that to the Walkaway Mods group. So then if you have, someone that's trolling the group, you want to put that person in suspects. So here we'll have, all right, so this is a good example. Trish says Alex, she's letting Alex know that this David Comer could be a troll. And then often people will do some investigation on that person and such. Second Voice is the channel where we want to come in and, like I showed you in the first video, get, a second opinion on whatever it is. Again, this is where you can see who is online at the moment, who is the shift lead, and then your own name should be popping up here. So most of our communication does happen in this Walkaway Mods channel. And then down here, let's say you wanted to message one particular person. If I wanted to message Vanessa, I could just click on her, go in there, type to just her. Trish, Shauna, Libby. So if you have any further questions about this, please do feel free to let me know at any time. But I wanted to throw this together quickly so that you just had a little bit clearer of an idea of how Slack worked. So here's Slack, and I kind of explained the different channels right here. So let's just say that you're in the Walkaway Mods channel on Slack. So if you are in this group or any of the channels, you're going to want to come up here to the little eye, and if you hover your mouse over it without clicking, it'll say show channel details. If you click on that, it'll probably show up for you like this, just a list. So what you're going to want to do is click on members, and that way you'll be able to see who the shift leader is. There's you, there's me, who else is online, and you'll know by the little green dot there. So I'll make another video in a second showing you how to get to the pending posts. All right, here we're going to address how to get to these different groups. So when you open Facebook, when you sign in and you're online on Facebook, it should look something like this. One of the ways that I get to these groups very easily is on the left-hand side, you should see something that says shortcuts. If you come over here and put your mouse over shortcuts, you should see edit. If you click on that, it should bring up a bunch of your groups. So what you can do is you can actually search first for walkaway campaign. You want to come here and make sure that it says pinned to top. Then you can come to the walkaway mods and admin, pinned to top, and then click save. That way, oops, got all these messages popping up. There's Leslie. All right, so this will make it so that every time that you log on, you'll have these two groups at the very top here. So the walkaway mods and admin group, when you click on that one, it will always come to this page that looks like Mod Squad. And I had a question this morning about how to get to the files. So when you come to this page, you'll see on the left-hand side, right here, there's a Files tab. So you'll want to just click on Files, and that will bring you into the list here. Now remember, we're gonna just ignore the VIP list and the suspects. So you'll want to go into Fair Reporting, New Members, Processing Posts, Know Your Posts, Rules and Guidelines, and then of course the non-disclosure, which you'll want to sign an email to this email address that's at the top of the file right there. And you can just copy and paste this into an email. All right, if you have any other questions, just let me know. I am here to help. Hope that helps. All right, so now we want to get to the pending posts. So the best thing to do, once you've bookmarked these two, or once you've pinned these to the top of your shortcuts, which I just went over a minute ago, you'll want to come to the walkaway campaign. And that's our main site. This is the one that everyone's been using to post their testimonials. When you want to get into the moderator role, you want to click on Moderate Group. That will bring you to this screen. Pending Posts is right here. So just click on Pending Posts. And then, as I explained in the first video, it will default always come up as most recent posts first. So this will be working from the top if it's most recent. If you want to go to the oldest posts, which is working from the bottom, you'll want to click here, choose chronological, and then these will be the oldest pending posts. Often member requests and member reported, the reports are handled by the shift leader. So you're going to be spending most of your time in this pending posts section. And remember, you're going to want to have another tab open to the walkaway campaign page. Click on Moderate Group, and it will open up to admin activity. This is where you can make notes on why the post was deleted, what the post was, and it will show who deleted that post. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I'm here to help.